Many people don't know the difference between a will and a trust, and many people don't realize how important it is to protect your family and your estate. 2 out of every 3 families are unprotected legally if something happens. Kim and Kate with Legacy Planning join me now to break it all down. Thanks for coming in. Really appreciate it. So first, let's just talk about the difference between a will and a trust.
Absolutely. It's a great question, and it's one that we get all the time, and we could probably talk about for this entire segment. But we don't have the time for that, do we? So fundamentally and generally speaking, a will is a legal document that allows you to direct how your assets are distributed after your death. It also allows you to nominate a personal representative, who is the person who manages your estate after you pass away. But the key thing to note about a will is that it's not effective until after your death. And it also, generally speaking, does not avoid what's called a probate proceeding at your death, which is the court proceeding that takes place to distribute your assets and manage your estate after you pass away. So that's a will. A trust, on the other hand, allows you to pass assets to beneficiaries without all of the court proceedings. So oftentimes people think that it is more efficient, more cost-effective, and a bit more private as well. But the key to a trust is it has to be funded properly. And it also can be effective during your lifetime and after you pass away.
I think a lot of people, wills, it seems like, are maybe faster, easier, cheaper on the front end. But trusts, it sounds like it's more like solid for families, which is good. So talk a little bit about why estate planning is so important.
Yeah, so estate planning isn't just about money like many people think. It's about making sure your wishes are followed, protecting your children, avoiding court delays, and helping your family avoid unnecessary stress during a time that's already difficult for them.
Why do you think most people don't do this or delay it?
Yeah, good question. So honestly, it's just not a fun and exciting thing to think about or talk about, right? So a lot of people think, oh, I don't have enough assets, or my family dynamic is very simple, or I'm married, or I'm not married, or I don't have children, so I don't need to plan for this. So it gets pushed back to that proverbial to-do list, and it just keeps getting pushed down and down and down. And the reality is it's such an important thing for everyone to have.
Yeah, that leads me into my next question. When is the right time to set up a will or a trust?
Honestly, sooner than most people would think.
Okay.
So major life events are good triggers. Getting married, having children, purchasing a home, or starting a business. But really, any adult should have at least a basic plan in place.
So this isn't just about money, right? I mean, it's like a whole long list of why this is pretty important.
Absolutely. It is not just about money at all. It's about so much more. It's about naming guardians for minor children, or caretakers for your beloved animals, or naming a medical agent who can make decisions if you're incapacitated, a financial agent who can pay bills, file tax returns if you're also incapacitated. So kind of overall, it's about protecting your family and making things much easier for them in the event of your death. And I always tell people that a great estate plan is the best last gift you can give your family.
Absolutely. I know we were talking about some of these questions can be really, really hard. But once you make it through it, at least you know everything is the way that you would want it if the unfortunate does happen. So talk about what happens if someone does die without the proper planning.
If there's no plan in place, then state law decides who inherits, and the estate generally goes through probate. That process can be lengthy and more costly if proper planning hasn't been done.
Okay.
It can also cause confusion among family members.
If someone's thinking, I have not even thought about these things, I don't know who I would want my kids to go through to, I don't know. What are the first steps to getting a will or a trust?
Yeah, so a great first step would be calling an estate planning attorney.
Okay.
An estate planning attorney will help walk you through your goals, go through your assets, and come up with a good game plan for you and your family.
You don't have to have all the answers right now.
You don't. Another great thing might be to put pen to paper and say, okay, what are my goals? What do I want this to look like before you talk to an estate planning attorney, so you can have a few ideas in place.
Okay, how can people find you guys if they have questions or if they want to take next steps?
You can find more information or schedule a consultation with us online at legacyplanningandprobate.com.
Okay. This is top of mind for my family for sure. When you have kids, you want to make sure that everyone and everything is protected, because it can be very scary things. So appreciate all of the information. Really, thank you both so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.